Hello everyone and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, my in-depth tour car is a bit more special than you might think. Why? Because it's my car, a 2015 Abarth 595 Competizione 180. A small car at 3,657mm long and 1,893mm wide. It has a surprisingly bad turning circle of around 10 meters. The 595 Comp 180 has a T-Jet, straight 4-cylinder, 1.4 litre engine with a Garrett turbo that produces 178 brake horsepower and 184 pounds-feet of torque. This output results in a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 6.7 seconds and a top speed of 140 mph. This 2015 model has a 17 brake horsepower upgrade on the one before. Weighing just 1,035 kilograms, the car has a power-to-weight ratio of 5.8 kilos per horsepower. At the rear, we find the valved Record Monza quad-tipped exhaust. Let's see how it sounds. The car is sitting on standard 17-inch Corsa alloy wheels wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 3 tyres. The car's notably firm ride comes thanks to McPherson suspension with Koni shock absorbers. The car's stopping power is provided by front and rear drilled and ventilated discs with discs at the front supplied by Brembo. 6 lights at the front might be too many for some, but the main xenon headlamps provide good illumination. An Abarth stripe runs along each side of the car and differentiates this from a standard 500. Horatio Pagani tried to emulate the elegance of a woman's eye with the Huayra wing mirror. For me, the lines of this also accomplish that to some degree. The aluminium petrol cap is found to the right and is topped with an Abarth Scorpion. Abarth have designed the front bumper, side skirt, spoiler and diffuser with practical aerodynamic application in mind, and have redesigned lateral air intakes to increase airflow to the engine. So real thought has gone into the body styling. The key features buttons for lock and unlock, as well as a button on top to flip out the mechanical key fob. The key feels quite chunky. The doors on the 595 are quite big, but they don't require too much effort to open. The interior features black and red fabric and leather and plastics. I'll now take you on an in-depth tour of the interior before going into more detail. The doors are constructed mainly from plastic, but do feature a soft leather armrest. At the end of this are the external mirror controls, and above, the chrome door release handle. Below, a slim storage area runs the length of the door until ending with a speaker. Unfortunately, my car doesn't have the Beach sound system upgrade. I personally really like the addition of the Competizione carbon on aluminium steel plates. As we enter the car, we find a small open storage area below the steering wheel, as well as the first of 4 air vents, 2 round and 2 square. The multifunctional steering wheel is upholstered in black and red leather. It feels quite chunky and provides confidence, but I do actually prefer the Series 4 steering wheel over this Series 3. The buttons on the left are for mute and volume controls, and on the right, up and down buttons to change the track or radio station, in addition to torque controls. Abarth have managed to sneak leather into different locations on the 595. The display surround is one. The Competizione isn't keyless go, so the car must be started with its key. A button is nice, but there will always be something about twisting a key and hearing a rumble. The Abarth has 2 different screen layouts. The first represents the car's normal mode and offers information for fuel economy. It's possible to run through trip menus using the button found at the end of the right-hand stalk. Additionally, there are various menus on the display cluster that can be accessed using the menu controls found to the right of the screen. Options for day running lights, language, units, and more can all be accessed. Pressing the Sport button on the central console makes the display screen more aggressive and swaps efficiency information for G-meters. It also stiffens the suspension, creates a more responsive throttle, increases engine revs, and opens up the exhaust valve slightly. Another push and the standard screen returns. To the left of the driver's display is the turbo boost gauge, which reads up to 2 bars of pressure. Sport becomes illuminated in the centre when the mode is activated. As this is a Series 3, there's no screen, but there is a CD player, radio, and Bluetooth connectivity. The small radio display is flanked by on-off and volume buttons to the left and menu select to the right. In the radio menu you can control such things as traffic alerts and the equalizer. Buttons below are for, from right to left, fog lights, hazard lights, and sport mode. Descending further we find controls for window demist, air blow direction, strength, temperature, auto recirculation, and the off button. TTC stands for Torque Transfer Control. This system, when used, simulates the characteristics of a mechanical limited slip differential, essentially equalising torque across the front axle to ensure maintained momentum. The final buttons found on either side of the central column are to open and close the electric windows. The 595 has a 5-speed manual gearbox with aluminium stick and pedals. In my opinion, it feels quick and direct to use, but sometimes feel a little bit stuck. As well as Bluetooth connectivity, the car also has an auxiliary port, but unfortunately misses out on a USB connection. A standard 12-volt socket lies adjacent. 2 shallow cup holders are found in front. If you turn sharply enough, your bottle will fly out and go under the seat. It's happened to me many times. The leather upholstered handbrake is found centrally, as well as a small dipped storage area. In the Competizione, the Corsa bucket seats are standard. They are provided by Sabelt and are upholstered in red and black leather and fabric. In my opinion, they are firm and somewhat comfortable, but offer less side support than you might expect or hope for. In Series 4 595 Competiziones, it's possible to have carbon-backed seats. Tilt can be adjusted using the mechanism on the side and can be brought back and forth using the bar underneath. They can easily be pulled forward to access the rear using the pull found to the rear of the seat. The rear seats are fully upholstered in leather, but there really isn't much legroom. An adult or tall child would struggle to sit with their legs facing front. On the front passenger's side, there's a small open glove compartment. For added security, I personally wish there was a door. The rear boot can be opened using the rear button found on the key. The official capacity stands at a rather tight 185 litres. However, it is headed with a well-embroidered leather top section, where the Competizione embroidering is often reflected onto the glass, and can be seen in the rearview mirror. And finally, the bonnet release catch is found in the passenger footwell. The driver and front passenger both have non-illuminated sun visors. The passenger's sun visor also features a mirror. I've also done a full pure sound video which can be found here. So that concludes this in-depth tour of my new 595 Competizione 180. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, cheers.